Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is that you're watching this. Um, I am jumping on here because I have created a space for all of our tutors, um, our Scott County tutor Adam, um, our online only tutors, Amy and Bill and Eve, our fabulous tutors at Cumberland County, Eric, Avancia, and Macy, and then our wonderful Harriman tutors, um, Emily and Zach, as well as the administrators, me, Larry, and Mike. Um, a place for us to kind of come together, create a little bit more of a sense of community, and have some conversations about tutoring. Um, I feel like post COVID, there has been kind of a breakdown of um, obviously in person trainings, which I think has led to people sometimes feeling a little bit isolated. So I wanted to show you what I've created in Momentum. Um, you should, this is inactive right now. I don't know why. I'm going to ask Mike to fix it. But once it's active, let me show you what you're going to see. Um, so this is the Learning Center Tutor community page. We have your little welcome note here. Um, let me change this to students so you can see what it'll look like for you. Really, the two things that we're going to use here are going to be content, which is under course materials, and discussions, which are under communication. So each week on Fridays, hopefully, I am going to post a new reading um, with some context to kind of explain why I've posted these readings. And it's going to be linked to a discussion post. So for our first week, which will be next week, I've posted four things. One of them, the main one that I was hoping that would be useful would be this one right here, minimalist versus directive tutoring debate. This is kind of a condensed version of this debate within the tutoring community about minimalist tutoring, which is kind of the philosophy that you're kind of hands off and you're having the student do all the work, versus directive tutoring, where you're kind of taking a more active role, you're showing them how to do things. If they need to write a paragraph, you're saying, I'm going to help you write this topic sentence, we're going to do it together, and then you can practice on the next paragraph. This is something that is very debated within the Writing Center community, which is my background. But I think that all of the things here can also translate to other types of tutoring, whether that's like the sciences, math, whatever it is. I think we all have our own approaches, our own philosophies, and I think it's good for us to kind of think about where we fall. I've added some additional readings and resources if you want to dig a little bit deeper. The first one is a critique of pure tutoring, and this is kind of a foundational text where the authors are arguing that the way that students learn is by watching more experienced, tutors or instructors show them how to do something. So they're really kind of promoting that idea of directive tutoring. The second one is sort of the counterpart, the counter argument to that, minimalist tutoring, by Jeff Brooks. And in this particular article, he's talking about kind of the benefits of kind of backing up, having the student take ownership of their work. Often if you're of the minimalist tutoring philosophy, you'll make sure the student is holding the pen or the pencil or the keyboard. And then a third, which kind of melds these two together. And I think that most people tend to fall somewhere on this spectrum of this is you versus let me take over for a second and show you how to do it. So I would really like you guys to look at the minimalist versus directed tutoring debate from the MSU Writing Center. And then if you're interested, feel free to take a look at these other three. I am going to post, you'll see all the weeks here. I have left out spring break, but I am going to be posting typically every Friday for the next week. So this is for next week. Of course, you can read and respond whenever. But once you've read, what I'd like to do is to go up to discussions, and we have corresponding weeks here. And I'll be asking a question to kind of get like a variety of viewpoints, and don't think of this as being something that's right or wrong. This is just a way to kind of show your philosophy and your practices, because I think that, you know, that's how we all learn, is by looking at what other people do. Maybe that's the directive tutor in me, but I think it's very helpful to see what other tutors do, how they approach tutoring. So for the week 2, I'm asking, what are your thoughts on the dichotomy of directed versus minimalist tutoring? What category or where on the spectrum do you think you fall? Do you think it's dependent on the discipline in which you're tutoring, or is it on the student? And I'm hoping that all the administrators, I can speak for myself for sure, but I'm hoping all the administrators will jump in here too, so that we can have a conversation. I think that one of the wonderful things about being part of an academic community is to share ideas and actually develop relationships. And since that's become a bit more difficult, I'm hoping that this will be a way for us to do that. So I look forward to learning from you all. If you have any, you know, topics that you want to focus on that I can find resources for, or if you know of a resource that you would like to share, we can certainly make that a focus of one of the weeks. I don't have these necessarily mapped out in stone, so feel free to share with me anytime. And I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow at training. Bye.